Be warned, readers. This video may contain spoilers for the content included. Now that you have been fairly warned, let's begin today's retrospective. Welcome back to a series of unfortunate events, The Bad Beginning, by Lemony Snicket. In Chapter 9, Count Olaf reveals that he had one of his troops steal Sunny during Klaus's confrontation and put her in a birdcage high in his tower, dangling off the edge. Try as they might to get Count Olaf to release her, without dropping her from the tower, the only way Violet and Klaus can free their sister from her prison is if Violet marries the Count. She thinks of all the horrible things being married to that monster would entail, but in the end, Violet would do anything to protect her siblings. She agrees to marry Count Olaf. He says that after the marriage, Sunny will be set free. He even takes the law book Klaus used to figure out his plan. Violet stared at the tower that held her baby sister, not in defeat, but with resolve. With her ribbon, she tied up her hair as to not get her hair in her eyes, and she focused deeply on an invention that would save her sister. In Chapter 10, Violet and Klaus spent the day doing the usual chores and barely speaking to each other. By nighttime, Violet took Klaus's place in staying up all night. She attempted to take the curtain bed they made for Sunny up into the tower, but the large androgynous person wouldn't let her. Instead, she gathered up some clothes and tried to fasten them into a rope with a knot she discovered called the Devil's Tongue. She also made a hook out of metal wire. As she made the rope, she recalled the promise she made to her parents, that she will always look out for her siblings and make sure they are out of trouble. She felt that she had broken her promise, what with Klaus being bruised and Sunny imprisoned in a birdcage. Vowing to make it right, she finished her makeshift grappling hook. With several failures that resulted in loud clanging and even an injury to her shoulder, the hook finally caught onto the tower. After scaling the tower, Violet made it to Sunny. However, the hook did not catch onto the tower, but another hook. And that hook belonged to the hook-handed man, and his other hook was coming right for her. Wow, what a couple of chapters. So, Sunny is locked in a birdcage until Violet marries Count Olaf, and Violet thought she was clever with inventing that grappling hook, but it seems like that's not going to work out. The flashback of the parents was great. It shows the resolve that Violet has in such a dire circumstance. She feels she betrayed her promise by letting Klaus and Sunny be put in these situations, and she allows herself to say yes to Count Olaf. Not just because she would do anything for her siblings, but because she knows she can get Sunny out of this some other way. It shows just how strong these kids are. Even the other chapter, Klaus spent an entire night trying to save his sisters, and face Count Olaf even though he has already hit him once before. He didn't care. He felt the need to stand up against him anyway because he loves his sisters. They all love each other, and that shows in these past few parts. Also, there was a bit of foreshadowing in Chapter 4. Count Olaf grabs Sunny and dangles her in the air. Here, he puts her in a birdcage and dangles her in a high tower. Both times, he puts Sunny in a situation where she is dangerously hanging in the air. Whether that was intentional or just a coincidence, either way, that is brilliant. Side note, there was a part where Handler defined feigning. Normally when he defines a word, he usually uses the word first and then puts it into context. In this situation, he used the word faking, and said it meant feigning. Again, this series is meant for kids, but I feel like a child would understand the word faking right off the bat. Did he really have to use the word feigning after the fact? Especially since I feel like a child wouldn't know the word feigning, but he's using it as if they would. Did he accidentally reverse the order? I mean, either way, you're taught the word feigning, so it works out in the end, but it's still weird. I don't know if it was intentional or not, considering the very strange writing style he takes in the series as Lemony Snicket. I just thought it was so funny when I read that, and now I'm super curious. The hook-handed man has Violet in his, hooks. Can Violet get out of the situation, or is Sunny still doomed to hang in her birdcage? Maybe marrying Count Olaf is the only way to save her sister. Which is kind of messed up now that I think about it, because Count Olaf says out loud and to her face that he'll keep Violet around and not dispose of her like Klaus and Sunny. He could mean kick them out, or worse, kill them. But in any scenario, is she really saving Sunny by marrying Count Olaf? That is a horrible lose-lose situation that she knows about because he directly told her so. Anyway, I digress. Tune in next time to see the fate of the Baudelaires. Until then, readers, keep on reading.